By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way.
Gym time. We're going to go do glutes today. It means I have a cheat meal and a high carb day. I keep all my gallons in my trunk of my car so I never run out of water. And I also have megawatts because it's early in the morning, and well, it's actually not that early, it's like 10. But I've been up early at like 5 every day this week for training clients and stuff like that. So this is like my early sleeping day, but it's all good. So I wanted to drink megawatt instead of coffee today, and that's what we're gonna do. I got my breakfast with me. I'm gonna eat it on the way there. Just a protein shake and peanut butter. You guys saw that. And I'm gonna take you guys through my glute day. I told you guys that this protein powder that I've been using makes like a pudding consistency, so I just wanted to show you what that looks like. You guys can see that there's like a little bit of powder in it. That's generally how I like it. It tastes like, it just tastes like chocolate pudding if you don't mix it too much with milk or anything like that. So I love it. Oh no. It looks like it's like smoky in here, but all the powder just went like everywhere. Just looks so cool. I forgot I was recording.
That sound like heavy metal. Wow.
Hey guys, so I had a lot of really good feedback on my last glute video, especially the one that I did a voiceover with, so I wanted to talk to you guys as you watched this one. And I think that for glutes especially, it's really important to have those cues, like me telling you what to do, or just things that you should think about while you're doing these moves, because it's just easier to target muscles when you're very aware of what you should be doing and feeling when you're working out. So for this first superset, I did 5 sets of it, and the first one is that seated abduction. So you generally want your knees right in line with your hips. So as you can see, there's plates on the floor for my hip thrusts. I didn't set them up for the abduction just because it was kind of a pain. However, you do want to have either risers or plates underneath your feet to get that 90-degree angle. So in that first one, all I'm doing is pushing my knees out against the band. I did it for 20 reps, and then I went right to the Smith machine. Generally, I do them barbell hip thrusts, but I wanted to do it on the Smith machine and just get a little bit more control. So again, plates under my heels. At the top of the hip thrust, I'm separating my knees, pushing out against that band in the same way that I did for the seated abduction. So it's almost like a combination move. Really control the negative, squeeze your glute to the top, push those knees out to the side, and drive through your heels. The second superset that I did was 4 sets, and it was a hex bar squat paired with a glute shock squeeze. So in the previous video that you watched, I went over the glute shock squeeze. It's super awkward. I'll show you at the end. But the first move are these hex bar squats. So it's not like a regular squat where you're going all the way down, full range of motion. Obviously, it's a much shorter move, and you can really see it from this angle. So it's almost more like a deadlift. I'm not going hip in line with my knees by any means. I'm leaning forward to activate my glutes a little bit more, just like you'll see in the lunges that I do after this set. So I like to use my grips with these just so I have more control over the bar, and I'm not focusing on my grips or my hands. I'm just focusing on the glute squeeze and that activation. So these are the glute shock squeezes. They're super weird. That's why I'm using a sweatshirt, so no one's like, what the hell is this girl doing on the gym floor? It's exactly as it sounds. It's just a shock squeeze, so you're resting your glute muscle, and then all of a sudden you squeeze the shit out of them and shock them, and I do that for 15 reps. The third superset is hyperextensions at a 45-degree angle and static lunges. So I've been doing this workout usually at my gym where I work, and I only have a glute ham developer, so I'm actually seeing a lot more activation in this 45-degree angle than I do on the other machine, and it looks like it's working the sides, which is what I need to build. So I'm going to stick to this machine as much as I can, and I'm using a weight. You want to round your back out there to activate your glutes instead of your lower back. I pair this with static lunges, so it's just up and down with those lunges. There's no foot change position at all, really short range of motion, and you want to make sure that you're tucking your tailbone under so there's no arch in your lower back to make sure that your glutes are activated rather than your erectors, those muscles along your spine. I did these with 25-pound weights, and I just used plates instead of dumbbells here. Just like I am doing on the other moves, you want to make sure you're leaning forward on the lunges so that you're activating your glutes, and you want to keep your weights, your hands in line with your knee. According to the glute program that I've been following, I only had about one more superset left, which was banded hip thrust, which I didn't have at this gym, and I wanted to do something similar. So I took it upon myself to add in these kickbacks. I really wanted to feel that burn, so I did 20 reps on each side. I could have used a cable machine, but I really wanted to try these kinesis ones. It's just a little bit of a weight distribution difference because you're pushing your heel, kind of like the hamstring curl attachment that you saw me use in the other video. So same idea, and I just really like the way this feels.
If you're searching for a way out, you gotta take a new route. If you don't keep the motion moving, it can all feel the same.
And here is my very last move, which is probably going to be one of my favorite new things. They're kneeling squats, but instead of using a resistance band, I'm actually using the kinesis. So it's around my hips, and I again really liked this weight distribution and the way that metal bar is down at the bottom. I was able to push my feet up against it so I wasn't sliding in any way, and I could just play with the whole positioning. As you can see, I'm trying to kind of get like that perfect feel, and I loved it. So I'm definitely going back for my next glute day to add this in at the end. I think I'm just going to use it as a finisher. But again, if you don't have these, which probably most of you don't have this equipment, I would just use a resistance band. It works just the same. Cardio is done. I'm doing intervals on here, 50 resistance, and I'm doing a minute on, 30 seconds off.
Oh, I know this is heavy, like a weight on your back, but I think that we can carry on to the last. And we're laughing and crying oceans and the smallest of things, but it feels so much better when we find the release. Oh, like a broken light, oh, in the blackest night, oh, can you flip the switch on? One more time, we're gonna get up for this, we're never gonna run and hide. If I
You guys, this is quite the throwback. This is on my just like songs on Spotify. That was a fucking awesome workout. I got a really good pump. These are actually the eyebrows the second day, so they're a little bit darker. She said that they're gonna heal a little darker the first 2 days and then they'll get lighter again. But I kind of don't mind the darkness of it. We'll see what I look like with makeup on. Cover this nonsense that's happening right here. You guys, look at this car. He's on the other side of the fucking car. He's on the right side. What the fuck? Alright guys, so my post-workout meal is a cup of jasmine rice. Jasmine rice on my high carb days because it's faster to digest and I'm having more carbs on these days. I literally have a baby like going around the kitchen. What? Are you smelling my eyebrows, dude? You guys.